Musings, the lonely chair and the broken pole. Luke 4:18 and 19. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Well, driving home the other day, we noticed a chair that had been set out at the curb to be picked up by the garbage collectors, and it appeared that it was once a nice armchair, but one of the arms was broken off, and granted, it was just a piece of dining room furniture, but in my imagination, I personified it as the lonely little chair. As we continued on, I saw a utility pole that had been cracked at its base and needed to be replaced. As a temporary measure, repair crews had driven a sizable piece of timber into the ground beside the pole and wrapped rope around the two, binding the pole to the sturdy new wood. And as I contemplated these two sights, I thought of today's verses where Jesus quotes from Isaiah 61, verse 1. And announced that he'd been sent to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to captives, to restore sight to the blind, liberate the bruised, and to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. That speaks to me of how the Lord deals with us. We live in a broken world, a world where arms break off of chairs and utility poles weaken beyond usefulness. And much of this world's brokenness affects us too, sometimes because somebody else has bruised us, and sometimes because we have bruised ourselves. Regardless of the circumstances, we might think that we're useless, but God does not put his broken things in the garbage. Instead, he came to bind up the brokenhearted, as the wording is in Isaiah. The next time we slump down in a heap of sorrow and regret and despair, we're going to have to remember that the Lord is gracious to those who come to him with humble hearts. Whether we caused our own grief or whether somebody else caused it for us, we should do, as Helen Lemmel's song says, turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace.